Hello, my name is Christian Hallis, and I was an undergrad at Harvard University from 2013 to 2017. And after graduation, I worked for a year as a data scientist at a company in Boston called Wayfair. And so it's an e-commerce company quite similar to Amazon that sells furniture online, basically. And so I worked as a data scientist for a year there following graduation. So as a data scientist, which is somewhat of a new job that kind of has come about in the past 10, 15 years, your role is to look at different data trends that the company might be interested in and build certain analytical models to sort of predict how you can take advantage of those trends or how you might be able to sort of more accurately get a feel for where your business is moving. And so your job is really sort of very analytical and sort of try to dip deep into the data that's available to the company and figure out how can we best utilize that to be successful. So I chose to stay abroad after graduating in 2017 because the job that I was looking to get, which was a job as a data scientist, is not something that really there are a lot of positions of in Europe. It's really something that started in the US and is very specific to how a lot of US companies work today. And so you'll find a lot of different companies in the US that all have a huge number of these positions of people called data scientists. So if you go to like Facebook or Amazon, or really any big company in the US, they'll have a bunch of these positions. And so it's kind of coming, there are a lot of those positions opening up in Europe as well, and also in Denmark, but back in 2017 even, I think there weren't quite as many as you could find around here in Boston. And I would consider coming back to Denmark to work sometime in the future, although for now I'm not quite sure if there is anything in Denmark that sort of is exactly a replica of what I'm doing currently in the US. So I think so many students now are kind of globally oriented, and so there's not really a limit to sort of where you can go in the world and work. And so I'm really trying to take advantage of that for now, but I might at some point go back to Denmark to work in either in the field that I've been working in before, or maybe in a different area. So one thing that is very different from U.S. colleges versus Danish universities is that you get to choose a bunch of different topics to study during your university time. And so one thing that was very helpful to me is that although I majored in physics and math, I actually also was studying computer science kind of as a secondary degree. And that's something that a lot of people end up doing, or having this kind of secondary degree at U.S. colleges. And so I ended up working in data science, which is really focused on people who have degrees in computer science. So even though I didn't technically, that wasn't my major field of study, then I still had a lot of experience kind of with computer science because I had this secondary degree that I was allowed to do at my college in the US. And that's quite unique to sort of the American college experience. And then going forward, I've now kind of gone back to physics and am doing a PhD in physics. And so actually having my major of physics and math really has helped me sort of be able to go back after working as a data scientist to now do a PhD in what was originally my major when I was studying as an undergrad. So currently I'm studying as a PhD student at Harvard University, and I'm studying physics. I still have about 4 years left of my PhD studies. After that, I'm planning probably to stay in academia, either in the US or possibly in Denmark, but 4 years is kind of a long way from now, so I'm not quite sure entirely. But hopefully I can stay in academia after. It's obviously very competitive, but my plan would be to someday be a professor either at an American college or in Denmark.